So just to begin, I'm Brian. Everyone, not family to Steve, although it's been confused in the past. We have been confused with brothers in the past, like both our moms. It's alright. It's been many times. I'd like to thank their parents very much for providing us with these two wonderful people. We all get to be here and celebrate this. I've got a few prepared notes. I think I'm more nervous than you, Steve, I'm not gonna lie. You're the one getting hits first. So as best man, I figured it was my duty to make most of the women in here jealous of Lora at this point, because she has an amazing, amazing guy. I've had the pleasure of knowing him, I don't remember when we met, which is interesting because I started thinking about like all engagement stories and the wonderful things where they were like, oh, how did you meet? What happened? Was it like sparkling and the sun was shining behind you and it was just beautiful? I don't know. Was it like that, Steve, when I met you? Then I guess the concentration kind of switched over and he met Lora. And he was cuter than a fox in a hen house at that point. So at that point, well, it was a couple months later when I realized all my adventures became solo adventures, that he had found an amazing woman. And Lora, you are testament to that. It is wonderful. And we are so happy. The thing that gets me most about Steve is I started thinking about one word to describe our friendship, him as a person, their relationship, and the one word that I kept coming to was keep, or the keeper. Steve has been an amazing best friend to me. He's been an amazing family member, a friend, relative to you. He always keeps his promises. Steve has always kept in touch with me. I was in the Army, and we still always had phone calls back and forth. Always there at the airport to pick me up. Even if I did tell him he was picking up someone completely different, right? And I told him he was expecting to pick up Private Edgewood. He had some inclination that I was going to be home. I can't pull anything off on him, he goes too well. But he's a great keeper of secrets. They'll stay in the closet, they're all good. He's a great keeper of friendships. Like I said, we always were in constant touch. He's a great keeper of my tools. So I just grabbed on his own. So my bad, that's great. Since then I told him that we need to mark them. That's the best way to go. So, and we wish him the best of luck with business and everything he will be. He has definitely taught me a lot, not only about being in a relationship, being in life. Steve's a man of quotes. I am not, by any means. Don't expect me to come up with amazing things off the top of my head. I looked him up and I was like, I don't know what fits. But Steve always does. He's always a man who keeps his word and knows the right words. When I left the Army, Steve, he wrote me a photo album, put all a bunch of things in there, some famous quotes, and I've always looked back at that from time to time to just realize what friendship means. And it's often other points, even though we live in Rhode Island, which we understand I live now on Aquidneck Island in Newport. He lives in the northern part of the state. It's more than a day trip even for us. It's honestly, pack your bags and get ready, pack an emergency kit just to see each other. But he keeps to the plan. He's always had a plan. This plan is working out wonderfully. We're very happy for you. One of the best things you remember is, you'll know what I'm getting at here. I got into a friend event when we were in high school, and we were going through every single day after baseball practice that we go to fish store. And almost in cue, he looks at me and we put together and he goes, are we still going to fish store? And absolutely, we still win. We always will. He was great at keeping stats in baseball. The two of us always had a bag of Cheetos, stat book, kept the bench warm. John was out there making all the stats. He was the all-star. He'd keep going. Together we ran across country. And he always gave me somebody to follow. He was great. He keeps his faith. He keeps his faith in God, he keeps his faith in family. He's good about keeping that word. The biggest thing though, he's a keeper. He's your keeper. And one of the best and favorite sports there is fishing. He's legit. He meets all the regs. You can keep him. Fish out of water, he's good. Lora, he's a keeper of your heart. He's a keeper of your safety. He's a keeper for life. So, in that sense, raise your glasses. Let's toast the newlyweds, Steve and Lora.
Always bossing me around. Lora and I have been friends for 20 years. That's right, Colonial family, 20 years with me. We have countless memories, numerous inside jokes, and an amazing bond. So from the moment I met Steve, I knew he was something special. And that's not just because he's a Bruins fan and has an awesome gear. Steve, you are truly an amazing guy. You make sure to be a part of everything Lora does. You get my dirty jokes, and if Bruins do something stupid, I can always count on Steve to go right along with me. You are also extremely patient. I know this because you can have a conversation with Lora and I, and that is not easy. 20 years of friendship, they'd be at a loss to talk about. Hold on. Lora and I have seen each other through everything. Loss, love, and of course bad advice. Thanks. Woo! I don't know what I was thinking there. There's nothing we don't do for each other. You're always there when you need something to vent to. When I need someone to tell me how my outfit really looks, Laura's there. And of course, to finish that 90s verse in that R&B song that I think about at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're my partner in crime, my confidant, and of course, the shampoo of my condition. Stop looking at me, Colonel. And when the question arises, what about your friends? You have always... I'm happy to say that you have always stood your ground, and you have never let me down. I've never imagined my life without you, and I would never want to, because without you, I'm just Batman. And Batman without Robin just isn't as good. I am so happy you two have found each other. You make each other laugh. You're always there for each other. You bring up the best, and I'm sure the worst. But that's what true love is. So remember, when the puck takes a funny bounce in the third period, with 3 minutes left to go against Montreal, you stick together. Is what makes the bond great. I hope you two have an amazing life together, and Steve, remember, I'm always there for backup. I love you both, and now there's just one more thing I want to say, and that's, I just want to dance.